Let's talk a little bit about what Do Something is. Do Something is a not-for-profit tech company. This puts us in kind of a unique position among tech companies because what it means is that we build a lot of our own technology. We're like an open source by default model. We build all of our own platforms. We build our APIs. We build services. And we're really lucky to be able to do this as a not-for-profit and be able to scale our impact this way. How we make this work, though, is through a really awesome team of engineers. This is our engineering and product team. I forgot to count them before I got up here. Looks like it's about 20, I'm going to guess. They're really great. Everything about this experience works really well for us. But what's notable is that these are our product designers, where it's just me over there in the corner. This is kind of a dramatic example. I just wanted to kind of prove a point that how are we able to do all of these sorts of things with only this many designers kind of on staff? I think you kind of might have an idea of what the secret sauce is going to be. We're all here kind of for the same reason. We have a design system. We have a really great system called Forge. And what it is, it's like interface components, it's colors, it's assets, it's layout, it's documentation. It's a design system. I think we're all hopefully familiar with like the loose concept at this stage. But what does it actually allow us to do? I'm going to back up just for like a little bit. Our design system eliminates a blocker, which is me. I can't keep up with all of our engineering teams and their design needs. What do we use a design system for? Just getting rid of any sort of holds I put on engineering projects. Things get shipped faster. We've empowered our engineers to make decisions. We've empowered them to get prototypes out without ever having to go through design phases. In the next couple slides, I'm going to run through some of the specific instances. But really, it's just about scaling and scaling efficiency. The first part of it, we're scaling our design work. This is sort of the bread and butter, right? We have design elements, we have headers, we have colors, we have everything. Engineers get access to this for free. Like, we just pick it once, we ship it everywhere. It all works. It allows us to maintain consistency across products where there might not always be designers able to look at every revision. We're using these to maintain our calls to action across platforms, our taxonomy and our user journeys. Everything is kind of baked into the system level. We're also scaling engineering. We're able to build this once and ship it everywhere. This is how we actually do it. We do it on NPM. I really don't know this much about the engineering side. I pretend like I do in all the meetings, but they just tell me they build it once, they ship it out, they're able to pull it down. They're scaling not only the visual design, we're scaling the engineering. We're scaling philosophies. How are we building things? What's the best way to form a button? We're maintaining this across all of our products. It's kind of the same refrain. We're maintaining a philosophy. We're controlling our complexity as we scale up. This is an example of a product that we were building, an administrative tool. This is how I kind of delivered this very low-resolution wireframe to the engineers, and this was kind of the last time that I touched it. They were able to turn it into a live product and run like their own prototypes, run their own experiments on it without ever having to come back and ask me for like, okay, what color does this need to be? What's the space it needs to be like? We've empowered them to then make all of their own decisions. I ran through this a lot faster than I did when I was speaking at a normal pace earlier today. Wow. I shouldn't have a little clock down here so I can pretend it's been like 8.5 minutes. So what does having this design system allow us to do as a small kind of medium-sized shop, one designer? Maybe you're in the same sort of boat. You don't have necessarily a full design team. We're able to stretch our resources. Myself being a resource, our engineers' time being a resource, the amount of output that we can have, everything is being multiplied and stretched in efficiency, not being efficiency, more efficient. We're building once and we're using it everywhere. Engineers just get to include the NPM module into their projects. They have access to all the classes, all the work. And we're scaling the philosophy. I really do think this is kind of the most important part. When you think of a design system, it's easy to think of the visuals. It's easy to think of just some of the markup. But really the philosophy of how we want to build things is, I think, the hardest thing to scale at any organization. It allows us to come together as a whole team make our decisions, and then multiply across the entire organization. Great.